power, peace and power. 20 minutes. Don't stress it. Don't stress it. Peace and power, peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows a divine mind shows all things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for conversation, comments and concerns, questions and answers, dialogue. This is a space of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, a space of intelligence, your space. A space of love, hell, all right. Space for queens, gangs. Yes, space of truth. A space where we are working on a united path towards what? True liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information, green screens, hashtags, apps that pay, apps with cash, pals that pay, grams with money, unions that are Western, then send a kite, a cup, a bell, damn it, carry a pigeon. Let them know it's a war going on outside. Fund the war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until it's too late. And you know what I'm talking about. Okay? If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, please book an assessment. Please book an assessment. Stop choking each other out. Stop putting tents on each other. Listen, get it together. It's very dangerous out here. So please, get it right. If you or anybody you know is in need of an intimate relationship, abuse counseling or consultation, please book an assessment. Okay? Learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you. Okay? Characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness, events, people, places, past traumas that should keep you on high alert. Yes, awareness up. What's that? Remember, with this information, the life that you save could be your own. The life that you save could be your own. What's going on? Midnight class. Yes. Hey, goddammit, let's see who in the spotty spot tonight. Yeah, we're going to see who's in it tonight. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You dig? Memorial Day weekend. Yes, it is. For those who are celebrating, celebrate. Damn it. Okay? That's what we talking about. Well, we got some business to take care of tonight. Yes. So tell your people, tell your classmates, get on up in here. We're going to cover a lot. Even though it's late, we're going to do what we do. We're going to cover it. We're going to get into it. Okay? We know who the spies are. Yeah, we do. We know who the trolls are. Yeah, we do. Yeah, come on through. Because y'all can learn something too, dummies. Listen, let's get right to it. Lizzo, somebody tell Lizzo to come to class. Bring her ass to class. Yeah, come on, Lizzo. You got to come to class, mama. Yeah, that's what we doing here. Maryland, medical examiners. Yeah, the governor. Yeah, yeah. State's attorney, county's attorneys. Yeah, come on through, MD. Yeah, come on through. Y'all got some explaining to do. Woo! Steve Harvey, man, we thought it was bad with the slacks that you had on earlier this week. We really thought that would be it. We really thought that you just had on flared legs. Yeah, but no, sir. Somebody did some digging and it seems like you like the baby oils. So Steve Harvey, come on through. Come to class. Yes, come to class. If you know one, and I'm sure most of you do, because a lot of people feel it deep in their core. Yeah. Bring a capitalist, tell a capitalist, come to class. Yeah. We're going to get to the root cause of that. We're going to get to the root cause of that. So come on through, come to class. And women folk. Yeah, women folk, boy, especially the black celebrity females. Boy, somebody sent out a memo this week. Y'all all turned into stunts this week. Yeah, little stunties. Come on through. Yeah. Tag them, y'all. Tell them to come to class. Okay? Yeah. And now let's see who's up in here. Yeah, like I said, boy, when you throw these little surprise classes out, it get funny style. It's real late, classes light, but you know what we say, y'all. We like it. Yeah. Lets us know who bullshitting and who not. Who really with liberation and who not. You dig? All these fake Ibrahim, fake Captain Ibrahim supporters. Burkina Faso. Y'all couldn't last a day in that shit because you're selfish. Front ass people. But we gonna get to it, y'all. We don't never let that deter us or be a distraction. Am I right? Let me just organize these notes here. You dig? We gonna get this right. And then we're gonna do our attendance. Let's see who's in class. Who was first? Oh, lovely lady was first. We see you first in class. Dust Fro 517 Peace. Tierra is third. Yes, the youngin' from Jersey, staying up late. Yeah, I'm sure she in the bed, though. I know, yeah. Ken Williams, what's going on? Intellectual Soapbox, what's up, Soap? We see you. Uh-oh, that's Beckles from across the water. We see you. What's going on? London in the house, y'all, the big UK. Yeah. Yeah, it's bright and early over there, y'all. Yeah. The dew is still on the little grass blades over there. Yeah, it's all muggy and yeah, foggy, but they in class. We see you. Might say anything. What's going on with you? Reach out. We see you. Come on through. Rhonda Grant, what's up? What's up? We see you. Bernie, we see you. Bionic Prince. April Brown. Yeah. From the chocolate town. Yeah, she up. Hakim, peace. What's going on? Uptown, Dre. What up? Threats, Philly. Chris, what up? We see you. Bushhead, what's going on? Geechee 3-4. GB, Neef Bark 2-3. What up? Down, what up? See y'all profit getters. What's going on? We see you. Carl Leaf Arnold, 55. 55 for Carl Leaf. Yeah, Kenny's Unholy Grail. See Blaze the Sniper. Make sure you got them 55s right next to their names. See Blaze. Get them. Marshy. Ooh, we money earning. Marshy's up in the spotty spot. Yeah. We see them. We see the spies, don't we, Marshy? Yeah, we see them. We got them. No doubt. Yeah, be doing. We see them. Yeah. Who else? Cool K Kane. What up? He's up in the spotty spot. Yes. Who else? Who else? Let's see. Let's see. Oh man. Oh man. Uh-oh. Molly, what's up? What's up? What's up? We see you. Who else? Fort Lauderdale's up in here. Okay, what's going on? T-Mac. 55, T-Mac. 55. What's going on? Huh? Uh-oh, Bridgeport, Connecticut. In the building. What's going on? Jamal Davis. One of my day ones was the MVP of the University of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Yeah, he's the MVP. Bomb. When they won the Division D2 championship, shout out to Lamberg Shell. What's going on? We spent many a days up there in Bridgeport. We see y'all. What's going on? Tyson Garcia, what up? We see you. Brandon Hawkins, peace and power. What up? Tata, what up? We see you. Mecca, you made it. Mecca's up in here. Yeah, we up in here for the late night. Late night. Now, we're not going to get too heavy early. No matter of fact, we are. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for the plump girl. We going to wait. We got to get to this, we got to get to this business first. Because I wanted to see what kind of information was going to come out, you know, because we may have a few people here peeking and shit, trying to say that, you know, I'm not on my job. You know, they may think that my information has lightened up over the course of it, maybe a year and a half, you know. But if you've been in class, y'all know this is consistent. This is that work. Because we cover everything, all right? Because what is politics? What is social? Social studies. We carry it on. That's what we do here. But because it's being delivered in a format that is engaging, that is entertaining, people think I'm not on my job. But remember, I watch everybody, especially chats and who's in other people's chats and how they, you know, play these little double agent games. Just remember, I'm always in the street and I'm always accessible, just like y'all are always accessible. And if you haven't played the way I played in the street, if you haven't been a hunter of men, I suggest you not play. Yeah. Okay? So I get it. I understand it. We got that same energy in here that surrounded Malcolm X. That's how he met his demise. Because of niggas. I always tell you that. I don't trust no one. All right? But, you know, since, again, we're in a position where people believe that they're in competition or that you're going after the same goals as they are, you know, that's when you get the little backbiting bullshit, you know, the little wannabe puffsters. You understand? Because that's all this is now, you know, since they destroyed commercial rap and they made this a very lucrative space. So now you got a whole bunch of little independent puffsters running around, and that's how they run their little podcasts and YouTube channels and shit. They little puffsters, and that's how they manipulate their chats. Shit like that, you know, derelicts, but I don't play with people. I don't play with people. You could always see right here, over the screen or in person, same energy. So play if you will. Junior Puffies. That's what we got running around. Anyway, let's get to it because the information is always on point. Now, I had seen an article, or maybe as my class always does, shoot me things in the DM to keep me informed, you understand, or shoot me something that they want to discuss and elaborate in class. So I saw a report coming out of Maryland, and it really wasn't surprising to me, you know, being that I've witnessed it with my own eyes, being that I've lived through it, I've seen them unalive people, and all of a sudden we don't hear from their family members about what happened. We don't hear from the institution about what happened. So I know that this has been going on for quite some time, and I could only imagine to what levels. However, in this class, I want you to deal with things from this perspective before you feel it. You understand? We don't deal with emotions. We deal with intelligence and strategy. Either we're going to get the work in or we not. So I don't care how disturbing something sounds to you or how you're triggered. We do not deal with things impulsively as an adolescent and emotionally as somebody who doesn't have no damn sense. We have to attack this from a military perspective. As I say, remain militant and deal with it. That's it. So now, I'm gonna go straight to the notes. You understand what I'm saying? You get me? Straight to the notes. Okay? Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. We gonna see. Hold on. We gonna see. You dig? I'm not playing. Listen. Dozens of police custody deaths that were ruled accidental or unknown causes have been reclassified as homicides after a 4-year review of more than 1,300 cases handled by former Maryland State Medical Examiner Dr. David Fowler. Okay? Okay? Do you hear what I'm saying? Dozens. And those are the only dozens that they were able to conclusively switch over. There may be none that never even hit, and there may be some that were questionable, but we know that there are dozens. The results of that review announced Thursday also highlighted potential racial and pro-police biases in the medical examiner's office at the time that may have contributed to the mischaracterizations. We know that. We know that. Let's not act like we're surprised. We even saw it at the justice level in the court systems when all of a sudden something that is plain as day that we can look at, that we see, that there's video footage of, gets to a DA, gets to a judge, gets to a courtroom, gets to juries, and they can sit there and say that, nah, it didn't happen. It's not like what you saw, okay? As in Tamir Rice, as in Trayvon Martin, as in Eric Garner, and the list goes on and on and on. So we understand that. We know it. But very few in leadership, very few influencers, very few who have these wide audiences consistently stay in a frame of militancy where, or maybe they can't give strategy and instruction on how to move. But we know that this is a fact. We know that they will unalive you. And because we relinquish our power and authority over to a system, nothing ever happens. Nothing. Okay? So let's continue. The audit, led by Townsend University psychology professor Jeff Kukuka, looked at roughly 1,300 in custody deaths between 2003 and 2019, a period corresponding with Fowler's time leading the office of the chief medical examiner, Attorney General Anthony Brown, who announced the findings with Kukuka, and Governor Wes Moore said the report raises profound concerns and they are well founded in the audit. Okay? Well founded in the audit. The audit's report findings reveal significant discrepancies that demand our attention and response, Brown said. Now, this is the Attorney General. So, again, in the language, I always tell y'all to listen and listen with clean ears. The audit's report's findings reveal significant discrepancies that demand our attention and response. We already been at attention. Now, those who are not woke and conscious, those who are asleep, those who are truly Americans or wanting to be Americans, they may not have paid attention. But us who consistently see the sting of what it has been and what it is like being a melanated person in this country, we our attention, you've been had our attention, and the response. Now I'm trying to figure out, you dig? I'm trying to figure out what response and what attention is somebody going to give us, okay, when they sit in the seat of those who are carrying out these acts, the system that has allowed room for these actions, for this data to take place. I don't see them. You mean to tell me, Mr. Attorney General Brown, that you wasn't at attention and didn't know that this was taking place? You gonna tell me, as old as you are and with the position that you're in, that you didn't see, that you had no knowledge? Huh? No? You didn't see that? You this is new for you. Okay. I get that. Let's go. Our research has determined that OCME was especially unlikely to classify death as a homicide if the decedent was Black or if they died after being restrained by police, Brown said. These findings have profound implications across our justice system. They speak to systemic issues rather than individual conduct. Okay? Do you get that? Yeah. This is what he's saying now in 2025. Okay? The audit released Thursday afternoon will be presented Friday to the National Academy of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine. The Findings of this audit are deeply concerning, Moore said, and this is the governor. It's going to take time to digest a report prepared over the course of 4 years in 2 different administrations. So this is new, right? This is how you want to play with people intelligence. That people of Maryland, Baltimore, you understand? You think that they don't know and understand that Freddie Gray was only one incident, okay? Out of everything, like this is insulting. This is why I keep telling y'all, Kizzy spit in the cup, that you have to plot. All right? But if there's one takeaway that we've already drawn at this very early stage, is this. We have to make sure we are continuing to make Maryland a model for public safety and transparency and equal justice under the law. And one is not more important than the other. Oh, really? Really? It's funny, very funny, that most of the individuals, out of these dozens of individuals that you reclassify, many of them are melanated folk. And we're going to make sure that that is a point, because that's what was said in the report. Moore said that the audit is the first of its kind in the nation and should set the standard for what this type of investigation can and what this type of investigation should look like in other states. So we've lived through this. 1865, 1908, 1923, okay, 1957, okay, 1964, 1966, okay, 1970, 1971, okay, 1977, 1980, 1985, and on and on and on to 2025. What are we still investigating? Y'all don't know? Y'all don't know this? That you have an infrastructure where you have au fait males in a system that protects them, that goes through specific chains from which you deem law enforcement, okay, on the ground, all the way through the court systems to the prison colonies. Y'all gonna act like this is something that, what are we doing here? What are we talking about? Okay? Blazing new trails is never easy, Kakuka said. But someone has to lead the way, and we believe that Maryland can and will be that leader in terms of strengthening death investigations across the country. Really? What is that? A mosquito? Where the hell did a mosquito come from? Yeah. Okay? Really, this is the language. Now, okay, the review began in 2021, sparked by an outcry over Fowler's testimony in the trial of Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, who was convicted of unaliving in the 2020 death of George Floyd during an arrest. As part of that arrest, Chauvin knelt for up to 9 minutes on the neck of Floyd, who said repeatedly that he could not breathe. Fowler, who resigned as the chief medical examiner in 2019, was called as an expert witness for Chauvin. He testified that Floyd's unalivement was caused by excited delirium rather than police actions. Excited delirium was a catch-all term used to describe aggressive behaviors related to mental health or substance abuse issues. It has been disavowed by the American Medical Association and the National Association of Medical Examiners. I ain't got time for that. Excuse me, y'all. I don't have time for none of that. Did I get you? Nah, I ain't get them. Tell you right now, I don't have time for none of that there. No, man. We don't do mosquitoes, y'all. I'm sorry. Pardon the kid. Okay? Now, let's keep it moving. Fowler came under fire for his testimony in the highly publicized case. The audit was triggered by a 2021 letter from 450 medical experts who called on Maryland officials to investigate deaths in police custody and practices in the medical examiner's office under Fowler. So you have individuals, and like I keep telling you, that are in place, in systems, working with no accountability, no responsibility, and not even the common decency to move outside of the conditioning of their brains, okay? To deal with things with fairness and equity, which is why we consistently get the lowest of the low when it comes to anything dealing with our potential to live greater, to be balanced, to be in an equitable space. They can't do it. It is just not in them. Now, people want to argue, people want to debate, people want to question. I keep telling you, you get no good from O-Phase, no good from their systems, no good from their institutions. It will not happen. Get it here so you can move accordingly, so you can move outside of it and become not only dependent on our unity, but be a manifestation of being a solo, okay, a solo soldier for truth. Have to do it. You have to do it. Now that is a medical examiner who not only went to school and got a degree, but had to take an oath, which I keep telling you, their contracts, their pledges, their oaths mean nothing when it comes to us. Nothing at all. All right? Now, the audit was released by the Office of the Attorney General, included the names of 41 people who were unalived soon after being restrained by police. The majority included an undetermined cause of death ruling. As a result of the audit, all 41 are reclassified as homicides, okay? Now, I got a few of the names. I don't have them all. Don't know the families, but we always, as in this class, want to give all of the families our condolences, and we ask the universe to give them the proper healing strength to move on. Sean Floyd, 2018, Anne Arundel County. Gregory Williams, 2003, Baltimore City. Sean Bryant, 2004, Baltimore City. Rodney Wilson, 2005, Baltimore City. Don D. Johnson, 2005, Baltimore City. William Washington, 2006, Baltimore City. Carlos Branch, 2007, Baltimore City. Thomas Campbell, 2007, Baltimore City. Eric Dorsey, 2001, Baltimore City. John Tay Daughtry, 2011, Baltimore City. Don Thomas, 2011, Baltimore City. Tyrone West, 2013, Baltimore City. Ricky Ortiz, 2014. George King, 2014. Antonio Moreno, 2014. All Baltimore City. Okay? Thomas Rawls, Baltimore County. Ryan Myers, 2007. Carl Johnson, 2010. Mary Crocker, 2010. Tawan Boyd, 2016. All Baltimore County. Dominique Edwards, 2018. Carroll County. Jarrell Gray, 2007. Frederick. Anthony Casarella, 2007, Frederick. Terrence Watts, 2018, Frederick County. David Matarazzo, 2007, Hartford. George Barnes, 2007, Montgomery. Just one is a terrible, terrible, terrible injustice. Just one, as we always teach in this class, as we always educate in this class right here, that we are priceless. You cannot put a value on melanin. You cannot put a value on our lives. So just one is a crime. You got dozens. They had to examine over 1,300. That's a war that they committed right there, just in Baltimore. Now, we can imagine what took place in Louisiana, in Memphis, in Mississippi, in Alabama, in Jersey, in Cali. We can only imagine in New York, in Boston, Mass. We can only imagine what took place in North Carolina and Virginia. Okay? We can imagine those that they're unalived that had no family, that didn't have anybody to speak up and advocate for them. But y'all think I'll be bullshitting when I say that you have an inert right to hate these people. Damn what you've been taught. It is a lie. Have room in your heart to hate these Ofes. Straight up. They mean you no good. It's just that simple. You shouldn't want for anything. Okay? That has to do with them. So I just wanted to get that out there, that report is there, and whatever the investigation is, I'm sick of their investigations and investigating. They're going to investigate this the same way they would have investigators to see if reparations is due and all this other weirdness. Keep going for that. And I'm telling you, they're already in position that within 6 to 8 months, they can enslave every melanated person in this country like that. They're already in position. We're going to take them hard. And they'll use your own people to do it. Because in order for things like this to happen, they have to use. I, I didn't see how many old fays was there with Freddie Gray. How many old fay officers was there with Freddie Gray? That was a united front of melanated men and women, all in uniform for the state. It wouldn't take them long. It wouldn't take them long. Okay? 6 to 8 months. Didn't take Hitler long. You think Hitler didn't have Jewish people in the SS? You don't think that he had Jewish snitches and rats telling them where the rest of them was hiding, how they was moving? Same thing. Same thing. But it'll be easier for you because y'all believe all skin folk is kinfolk, and these are the same ones that'll walk your ass right to the plantation. But I'm be bullshitting in here, right? Yeah, okay. I'm telling you where it's at and why it's there. You want to know why this takes place? Because you've been conditioned to be an American. That's exactly why it's in that space. It's a conditioning. It's a thought. Thought is a manifestation. Manifestation moves into actions. And when you're already moving into action blindly, someone can ask you straight up, why do you do what you do? What is your purpose? What is the outcome you're looking for? And you don't have an answer off the cuff. If somebody asks you, why do you want a real ID? What's your social security number? They got a new job downtown. Go fill out an application. These very basic things. You don't know that you're signing your life away. You don't know that you're giving, that you are cooperating and agreeing to your demise, that you're saying that this is who I am. This is what I have no complaints about. I'm an American. I believe in America to some degree until I'm triggered by something that we see, a lynching, right? When we see a George Floyd, right? When we see, Eric Garner, right? When we see an Amadou Diallo, now, oh no, I don't want to be part of that system. I don't want to be part of that system, but no, you are. You are, because when you get stopped by the police, who have no reason to stop you, you're quick to pull out your license. You're quick to, officer, you're quick to give over your credentials that say you are in agreement. Why? Why? Because this is what you've been taught. This is who you are. So you can watch what's going on in the Gaza Strip with babies. 12 years old, 11 years old, 8 years old, 4 years old, 3 years old. Infants, you can watch them be bombed. You can watch them be starved. Because you're in America, you could get up and get on a train and go to work. And you can go on a bodega and get you a chopped cheese. And because Ak is the one that's chefing up the chopped cheese, you're saying, well, can't be all that bad because Ak is here. He's not triggered. But you don't know if Ak is Palestinian or from Yemen or from Saudi or from Iran, you don't know. You just see Ak, and it's all good because he's here. He's not in the uproar because you've been conditioned to think that it's okay. So when these reports of medical examining, well, that they must have did something because the police did it to them. You think it's fine because you've been conditioned because you say, well, I gotta, I'm waiting to get my income tax. So it's fine for you. It's okay because it's comfortable. You become what class? Comfortable in your oppression. So the medical examiner report don't mean shit. It doesn't. It can't. So don't keep sharing it online and getting up in arms about it because you're not doing shit about it. It should activate you. Okay? But you were raised to want the American dream, and anything that sounds different from that, you reject. Your default is to close your ears and shut it down, or to listen for entertainment purposes. But when one checks your square on it, they're the mad guy. They're the evil one. Nah, he's radical. No, he wants true change. I don't want that. I'm just here because it sounds good. I like how he turns it up an octave when he's really, really in the zone. They remind me of Khalid Abdul Muhammad. They remind me of the pen. He remind me of the things I used to see on Channel 13. But I don't want that. No. Because in order to have that, you got to reject what you already have, which is your comfort. Right? Which is your comfort. They allow the plantation to go soft on you. Right? No more flogging. You understand? Though it happens, it doesn't happen as harshly. So instead of ripping, an infant out of your supposed partner, that melanated queen, instead of ripping an infant out, they make the infant ill. Because they stressed your queen out because she believes that poverty is a curse. So she wants to yearn to be a capitalist and do what the old fey ladies do. As they appear to have no problems in the world because they live in this American dream. So you ignore a lot of the major injustices, crimes, whatever you want to call it. You want that dream, though. You really believe. The dream was false from the rip. It was a marketing campaign. Yeah, I fell for it. It was a commercial. The world fell for it. It was a commercial. The dream wasn't real. Okay? Wasn't real. Right? This is America. The dream. Now let's get to it. The problem, of course, is that it does not exist. The dream is just that, a product of our imagination, and a complex one at that. That it is not real. However, ultimately, turns out to be the most significant finding about the American dream. The fact that many of us have assumed the dream to be real makes it even more compelling and dangerous for those who are truly woke and understand that. Do you get that? So let's keep moving. Let's move on now. Much of this naturally has to do with how central the dream has been and continues to be to the American idea or experience. Rather than just a powerful philosophy or ideology, the American dream, the D, is sometimes capitalized, sometimes not, but my preference is the former, is thoroughly woven into the fabric of everyday life. It plays a vital, active role in who we are, what we do, and why we do it. No other idea or mythology, even religion, has as much influence on our individual and collective lives, with the dream one of the precious few things in this country that we all share. So that American dream, and you can attest to it, is more powerful than your worship in Christ. That American dream comes first, more than your surahs in the temple or mosque. That dream is more important than you keeping a united family. Oh, my sister's a custody, so she can't be here. But I can go and I can strive because I want this house and I'm going to work hard to put down this payment so I can make sure that I'm in debt for 30 years. But she can't live here because she a custody and her kids don't wash. That American dream is that powerful. Okay? Now, hmm? You name it. Economics, politics, law, work, business, education, an American dream is right there. This is what we dealing with. This is what we dealing with because you don't want to rock that boat within here and here, no matter what wrong you see. So it's easy for them to unalive everybody in Maryland, in Beemore County, okay, in Baltimore City. These individuals may have been wayward, they may have been criminal, shit, they may have been addicted. But because many, damn near all of us, strive to be viewed in the eyes of some old fae, of some institution as in good standing, we're going to ignore the fact that they just unalived our brother, our sister. Huh? Huh? Somebody give me the name of the Moorish sister that they unalived in front of her damn son. Broke down the door and blew her head off. We ain't heard a peep. Family sued, family won. On appeal, the judge said, get out of here. You're not getting nothing. Huh? There you go. Yeah, Karim Gaines. Yeah. Yeah. What's up? I ain't see nobody riding for that. Yet. Yet. Part and parcel of the American dream is the notion of upward mobility. The idea that one can, through dedication and with a can-do spirit, climb the ladder of success and reach a higher social and economic position. One. So when you want to be that one, definitely not gonna sit in a space with others who say we are building a united front towards true liberation. No, because you want that upward mobility, higher social and economic position. For many in both the working class and the middle class, upward mobility has served as the heart and soul of the American dream, the prospect of betterment, and to improve one's lot for oneself and or one's children. Much of what this country is all about. Work hard, save a little, send the kids to college so that they can do better than you did and retire happily to a warmer climate has been the script we all have been handed. With any major deviation from that, a cause for concern, if not an outright assault to our national creed. You supposed to just sit in that. Okay? Get it? That's the conditioning part. That's the thing you can't snap these people out of. No. Because to step outside of that is traumatic. Trauma. You're viewed. You're worried about being viewed. Oh shit, I don't have a car. Oh shit, I'm not in a home. Oh shit, my clothes is not in style. It's tattered. I don't have a dog. I can't come to work and be at the, drinking fountain and say, well, I went on vacation too. Yeah, we went for a week. That's what being American is. I keep telling y'all that. In other words, chasing the bag. Okay? Let's continue. Because, hey, our ego or sense of self becomes attached to being in the same way it becomes attached to various roles and groups and identities. Being right allows us to feel superior to others, whereas being wrong makes us feel inferior. Okay? So you want to be right. You want to be on the right side of being American and being one of capital, not being wrong. You don't want to be with the wrong. So it plays here. No, I got to be right. All the time, I got to be right. And when anyone presents new information that is anti what is moving, I gotta challenge it, ignore it, don't support. I gotta not support that because I have to be seen. My psyche, the psyche, forces one to stay in the matrix. The psyche forces one to stay in alignment. The psyche is what causes one to keep bringing their children to the good father of the Catholic Church, knowing that the children are being touched. It's the psyche. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be seen as wrong. That's what it is. So when you ask them, I say, yo, you don't feel, or people from other countries and speak other dialects, coming from different hemispheres, and they're saying, y'all don't see what's going on? You don't see that it's wrong? No, because you've been conditioned to believe that everything that is American is right, even when it shows you doesn't care about you. That ego, that they made sure that they help fester and insert in you by you pledging allegiance, by you getting a little something back from your taxes that's really yours by the pimp. Psychology. Yes, it's a pimp psychology. It's a game, damn it. You sit in that wrong. Let's continue. Let's go back. Our ego or sense of self becomes attached to being right in the same way it becomes attached to various roles, groups, and identities. Being right allows us to feel superior to others, whereas being wrong makes us feel inferior. When our sense of self, our psychological projection of who we are is being threatened, we defend or even go on the attack. Okay? Yeah. Like when trolls was like trolls, that shit don't disturb me. We get them up out of here. You out of here. Okay? Or we go right back and hit back with intelligence. Okay? So even though you know it's wrong, you're going to keep pushing. Right? That's what it is. That's what it is. This is why it's so difficult to get support. This is why it's so difficult to get subscribers. This is why it's so difficult to get the message out, to organize, to move. Because people cannot stomach the fact that they're wrong, that they've been taught wrong, that they buy into the wrong. For centuries, this ain't new. Old slave mentality, you sit there in that wrong. Because they have taught you, they have educated you to take your little parcel. You get your little bread, you go over to your corner and you eat. And you come back out and you make, ain't that right, Kunta? Yes, sir, yes, sir. Right? Take your little bread, I won't have to whoop you no more. You can have your other foot. Take your bread and go over there. Okay? Now that is what has been passed down. Yet the struggle over right and wrong can almost feel like life or death. The person's evolutionary based flight, fight, or freeze instinct becomes activated. So you argue, you deny, and distort reality to protect the status and sense of self. You don't want to break who you say you are, who you claim you are. You don't want to do it. You can't do it. There's turmoil in here because you're trying to save face. These are the ones who don't want to be woke. You see how it moves? It's a very, this is not surface level. This is what freezes individuals. Okay. It gets deep. Now, admitting when we are wrong is difficult because we attach our sense of self to an idea, cause, or group. An idea, capitalism. A cause, democracy. A group, following old face, saying you're an American. Now, if you don't think that's wrong, this is what we're talking about. The difficulty in accepting a study of new information just to see if your core beliefs of who you are is in alignment with the shit that you've been living through, that you've been passed down from great-grandma to mama and daddy, auntie and the mama, If you don't have that strong sense to move away just to peek for a minute, then so be it. But it's you who are willing to do that. It is your job, it is your task not to be included in those people, to move away, to close doors when you see that you opened the wrong door. Or you open the right door and let the wrong person in. Close it immediately. And that is an exercise. That is what therapy is about. That is what I speak about often when I'm giving people any type of coaching. You're not responsible for what you didn't know. You're not responsible for what you haven't been educated on. You're not responsible for that. You haven't learned it. Once you learn it, once you move in a space that's therapeutic and conscious, then you build that muscle through exercise and discipline. So now you can close doors for people who are not your allies, people who are not your comrades, and be fine in it because you're going to be learning the new you every day. You're going to be learning the new way to manifest yourself. Okay? Now, let's continue. When we feel that idea about the self, our identity is threatened, our evolutionary linked fight, flight, or freeze survival mechanism becomes activated. We defend against being wrong and fight to be right. However, this could create a problem, right? Because they stuck in it. That's what they want to do. Change is the nature of the universe, and change is our evolutionary purpose of life. We must be flexible to learn and grow, and this necessitates that we recognize when we are wrong. If you see it's wrong to sit in the space of what they have forced on you, calling it American democracy. And it hasn't changed in the face of what it has done, not only to you, but to the indigenous people, to people all around the globe, year in, decade out. And if you're not willing to change that, then I know this ain't the space for you to be in. Okay? There is great untapped power in the flexibility inherent within the admission, I am wrong. If there is one thing that we need right now, it's greater flexibility in order to escape from the toxic, rigid, partisan hatred that is dividing our people. Now, when I'm saying this, I'm all saying this to say because you have to see how it is possible for us to still be victims of medical examiners, to be victims of surgeons and doctors that we know have absolutely no care and concern for us, okay? Medical apartheid, you could get the book and read it. The experiments, the way that they diagnose our people. So when you do it and you fall into the hands of a law enforcement doctor, a prison doctor, a county jail physician or nurse, you done off. But how do you even get to that point? You get to that point because the doctors and the physicians and those people who we are entrusting ourselves and our loved ones to, okay, they're not the best of the best. Do you know how harmful and how dangerous it is for somebody who has studied physics, A&P, anatomy and physiology, and has become a doctor, a physician's assistant, a nurse practitioner. Do you know how dangerous it is if we put ourselves in the care of a racist? It's like, there is no space that allows you to determine whether this person is racist or not. You would have to deal with your own radar on that. What kind of energy they give you when you go up in there. But your radar might be broken because you're ill. You're off balance and you need healing. You're going for help. But can you imagine decade after century of our people who had to lay in the arms of a racist doctor, nurse, tech? Do you? It's the same way you have to deal with a racist banker, a racist, car dealer. You understand what I'm saying? At every level here, we deal with that. We're shooting dice. Because we're under capitalism. Capitalism breeds selfishness and separation. It must have that. That has to be a component. It is taught to them in business schools. It is taught to them in law school. It is taught to them in medical school. It is taught. It is in their policies. They have to memorize it, whether they're able to detect the racism in a policy or not. It's there. It's like an automatic program. But y'all capitalists, because you can't say you're not, because you hold on dear to it. You're making an attempt in your sleep to be in good standing with this shit instead of making it collapse. You're in good standing. You're investing in your own demise. You're investing in your own unfair wages. You're investing in your own unalivement of your future, of your kids. Do you understand? Prominent. Let's get to it. Let me get to it, because I still got a lot to go. Yeah. It's class for your ass. Okay? Let's go. So, I'm not only one bugging here. Prominent among critiques of capitalism are accusations that capitalism is inherently exploitive, alienating, unstable, unsustainable, and creates massive economic inequality, commodifies people, and is anti-democratic and leads to an erosion of human rights and national sovereignty, while it incentivizes imperialist expansion and war, and that it benefits a small minority at the expense of the majority of the population. What are we living through? Y'all talking about T-47 and Elon. This is right here. This is it. But you rock with it. You rock with it because you want a good credit score. You rock with it. You can't say you don't. You are a manifestation of your beliefs. Your actions are your manifestations of what you are, who you are. When I have some people that come to class that hit that war effort on a regular basis, they are a manifestation of their beliefs. I believe in them, they believe in what we're doing, and we move. When you do other than that, you rock with them. There's no middle range in this. Okay? None. Come on now. Come on now. Move with me now. Many, because I'm going for you, you know, overzealous religious folk. Let's go. Many organized religions have criticized or opposed specific elements of capitalism. Traditional Judaism, Christianity, and Islam forbid lending money at interest. Y'all do know that. Oh, yeah, it's in the Quran. Yeah, it's in the Torah, in the Bible. But y'all do it. Remember last class, a couple of classes ago, I said, what is God fearing? And I asked a question. How can you love anything when you fear everything? Because fear is a psychosis. It's an imbalance. So now, you're fearful. But you're more fearful of the government. How does that work? But y'all want to convince me. You convince me. You trying to convince me to fear the unknown and then to fear what we perceive as knowing because you believe the government is real. You're more scared of the government than God. Woo. Andre Jones, much appreciation for funding the war effort. You hear what I'm saying? Let's continue. Traditional Judaism, Christianity, and Islam forbid lending money at interest, although alternative methods of banking have been developed. Some Christians have criticized capitalism for its materialist aspects and its inability to account for the well-being of all people. Okay? Many of Jesus' parables deal with economic concerns. Farming, shepherding, being in debt, doing hard labor, being excluded from banquets and the houses of the rich, and have implications for war and power distribution. Catholic scholars and clergy have often criticized capitalism because of its disenfranchisement of the poor, often promoting distributism as an alternative. Catholic Pope Francis described unfettered capitalism as a new tyranny and called on world leaders to fight rising poverty and inequality. But y'all going to $1 million worth of game. Is y'all going to what? Go in a room full of white folk and tell them your dreams. But you gonna go do what? You got the business plan? If I hear, I just get so triggered and sick when I'm walking in the streets, or I'm in a supermarket, or I'm in a park, or I'm in a gym. And everybody talking about, I got the business plan, because, I'm doing this rebranding, and then, the fuck is you talking about? You're an American, you're an American, you're a capitalist. So you can't talk about injustice. You agreeing with that. That's your bedfellow. You putting resource in. And the only way you got resource to put in is because you put in your labor. Your body is there. Your body. And your body is there because your mind and your heart have you laboring. Like John Henry. Can't care about nobody else. Nah, Cypher. So when you have an investment in it, be it. Get your goddamn red, white, and blue American flag and be it. And be the robot. Make sure you have your eyes and ears closed when them babies is crying. When it's mass shootings, when it's police involved shooting. You ignore it. Don't you dare share nothing. You're a proud American. You invested in it. You're a homeowner, a dog owner. Not conscious and woke. You don't work like that. I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but you can't have it both ways. Can't. Doesn't work. Either in or you out. And they showing you that every day. But as I said, if you in with them, know what you in for. If you in with them, know what you in for. Jean, Pierre, much appreciation. Know what you in for. Because within 6 to 8 months, they could turn this shit upside down. Yeah. Upside down. And people will comply. They will walk their ass right to the plantation. How many bells, massa? Okay. Okay. Huh? What you say, massa? Okay. We don't get no lunch break? Nah, nigga. This new shit now. No, lunch breaks was in the 1800s. Nigga, it's 2025. Work through. Oh, okay. That's where we at with it. 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months. And you think I'm bullshitting? You think I'm playing? You think I'm just talking? You better look around and see how many people got that jab. You know, no disrespect to those who felt they had to. There are no questions asked. That's how it works. That's conditioning. That's you not accepting new information. Let me lighten this up. Just gotta excuse me, I was a bit triggered earlier. You know, really was. There's one thing, I'm never gonna fold. I'm too old, I'm too woke. I'm not the one not folding, ever. ever. So know what you into. Know what you're getting into. I don't bend. Not happening. Not happening. All right? I'm not that at all. I'm nobody's sucker. Nah. I know who is a sucker though. Your man Steve Harvey. Somebody tag him. Tag him. Tell him to bring his ass to class, because he's another one. What did he tell Monique? This is the money game, right? Yeah. It ain't about integrity. This is the money game, right? See? Now we know why he said that. Let me straighten this real quick. Yeah. See what it was? We at 1:20 a.m. Yeah, see the trolls start breaking out now. Yeah, they start to getting up out of here. Yeah, 1:20 a.m. Steve Harvey. Hopeful capitalist. Who's been very quiet lately. A lot of them been real quiet since the Puffs have been locked up. But he came through a couple of times, coming out, peeking his head out, trying to discredit some of the truths that the other comedians in that community said about him. You understand? Yeah, he peeked out. And just this week, we just spoke about him yesterday. Wasn't that yesterday we spoke about him having them damn flare leg slacks looking like Linda Carter? Huh? Looking like Charlie's Angels in them and shit. He had a black suit. And everything was fitted and tight till he got to the thighs and the legs, and he went straight bell bottom. Like Thelma Hopkins in him. What the fuck is going on with Steve? Okay? But I told you I don't believe in irony. Somebody had to send me a video where they dug up him. Remember on his talk show, the Steve Harvey show? Yeah, somebody caught him. Yeah, they caught him. And in one of his opening monologues, what did he say? He made that statement, y'all. See what I say? Listen with clean ears and watch. With clear eyes. Now, we didn't know it back then, but he was making a call and telling his flock what he do, how he do it, and possibly who he do it with. And it's ironic, even though I don't believe in it, that I saw that show when they sent it. Yeah, because I used to look at it, used to come through and the hell he talking about. But I saw that show. And I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I just thought it was rather weird that he was so matter of fact on daytime TV talking the way he was talking, even though he tried to clean it up. Somebody questioned him about, that intimate moments. And he said, well, let's see, how can you know me? I can't disclose my activities or what I do on daytime television because it requires a whole lot of baby oil. Oh, word? Yeah, I do it. It requires a whole lot of baby oil. Really? And then the production assistant passed him a bottle of baby oil, to which he opened with his mouth and spit the cap out. Whoa. That didn't age well. Now did it? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah. Yeah. All you gotta do now, I done gave you the information. All you gotta do is YouTube, Google search. Damn it. Anything. It's gonna pop up. It's probably a TikTok. Yeah, Steve Harvey, baby oils. So now we have to question. Did he get 3 evening game shows back to back? Cause he was at them Freakoffs with the baby oil? Come on now, Steve. What's really good? Huh? What's up, Mr. High Tower? Yeah. It requires a lot of baby oil. Huh. I was on national TV. Ain't nobody put them words in your mouth, and that was years ago, before we knew what baby oil was about. But he did. And this is how they play in your face, because they know that you don't have the knowledge and understanding. I bet if we start looking at a lot of old footage, we'll find a whole lot of people telling on themselves. So did Steve Harvey go to the Freakoffs? God damn it, he was on 4 hours a night. Judge, Family Feud, he was all over it. You couldn't watch nothing on Channel 7, ABC. And it was on there from 8 o'clock till the news came on. How you get that? How you get that? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, baby oils. Yeah, talk show on one channel, game shows on the next channel, radio. Really? Books? Yeah. That baby oil must have worked wonders. Okay. Now we know. Yeah. Steve Harvey at the Freakoffs with the poster. I said it. He had the baby oil right on his show. Check the thumbnail. Damn it, you see, I ain't playing. And then do the search. Y'all can do the search. I know some of y'all watch me from your computer. Search it on your phone, damn it. Yeah. Right then and there. All right. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna finish that part. We ain't even gotta go no further. We haven't seen them. Y'all seen them? Nope. Okay then. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of them. Yeah, y'all seen Anthony Anderson lately? He getting Emmys every year, back to back, NAACP award, hosting people. Where he at? Diddy got locked up, where he at? The Puffsters locked up, where he at? He had 2 game shows too. What's going on? Yeah. Okay. Listen, all we could do is educate each other in the class. We know all roads lead to Gripper Gate. All roads lead to Gripper Gate. I'm telling you right now, it's only one bag. And since we talking about that, one bag, and we know it's the Hollywood bag, it's the TV bag, and it's the music industry bag, okay? Let's get to saying that the memo went out. All female celebrities have to do some chicken head shit this week. Because they all did it. Please, That ain't no coincidence that all of them did some chicken head shit this week. Y'all think that's not an accident? Somebody put the word out. I don't care if it's a Masonic lodge. I don't care if it's an Eastern Star bathroom. I don't care if it's a Freakoff somewhere. The memo is out. You mean all of them? All the A and B listers pop out? With they ass shown, with they breasts shown, with they twerking? All of them? You get Faith Evans and Lizzo in 1 week? No, Faith Evans, Lizzo, Meg Thee Stallion, which she's supposed to have been canceled and on her way to jail this week. All of them twerking, showing ass? Nah, it don't work like that. Somebody got the memo. Yeah. Mary, Lizzo, Faith. Damn it, Scarlett. She's a child. Yeah. So the memo is out. Everybody do some chicken head shit. Faith went all the way out. Faith went to a karaoke bar. Because they just tell you to do it. They don't expect you to record it or none. They hope that they could do the ritual in a small space and nobody is the wiser. However, everybody got cameras, so they saw Faith do that. Okay? All of a sudden, Mary, who never showed us anything, damn near 30 years ain't nobody know Mary was holding. Come 2023, she can't stop showing people that ample cougar ass. Yeah. What's that about? Somebody sent the memo. You gotta shake that ass. You want this publishing check. You got bills. You gotta go in a new direction and rebrand something. Yeah. So she doing it. They doing it. They doing it. Why are they doing it? Because, again, there's an agenda. We have to take the elegance, the intelligence, and the prestige away from the black woman who is the strongest adversary to white supremacy. We gotta make sure that this black woman views herself as a chicken head, views herself as a thought. We not saying she's a thought. No, we're good, upstanding white men. We believe in everybody's equal. We don't view her as no thought, but we're gonna make sure she sees herself as a chicken head. From 18 to 80. Some doing it at 8. I've seen some put little 3, 4-year-old girls doing some chicken head dances. Okay? So, 18 to 80. How do they do it? They build them up. They put Lizzo in your face because she was appearing to be the average black woman. Average in not being able to knock off that weight. Average in being pretty, but very vulnerable and having issues. But I can sing and I can make songs that appeal to white folk. So if I can appeal to white folk, then I can influence black women. So I can keep them fine about being out of shape. Okay? I can do that. So she did it, and she played in your face. And now that she's slimmed down, she's going to get a lane in this other agenda. Yeah, I gotta make these black women straight dots, chicken heads, owners of their own sexuality, but loose as hell. because that's going to be the standard by which black women are viewing themselves, because we allowed them to destroy the men. The men view themselves as thoughts and fairies. Yeah, they do. And when they see themselves as thoughts and fairies and comfortable in Roy G. Biv activity, then Lizzo influences both. Listen, she just did a remix to this stupid ass new song. Huh? What is it called? Wham Whammy or some shit? Right? And her supporters, those who say, yeah, she ate. Yeah, she ate that. Ooh, she ate. Yeah, she been eating. Eating ain't nothing foreign to her. But people are saying that because she had a cadence of a rapper. She had a cadence of an MC. And, oh, she ate, not knowing that she'd been a rapper before y'all even saw her sing. And we're going to deal with that in a few. But I want you to make sure that y'all understand this now, okay? I want y'all to see the pattern and how closely the lines have become intertwined, okay? Now listen up. Melissa Vivian Jefferson, born in 1988, okay, possibly, doesn't have to be, but an 88, possibly a crack baby. Some remnants of some cocaine that could be in anybody's system in 88. Yeah, okay. Known professionally as Lizzo, is an American singer and rapper born in Detroit, Michigan. She moved to Houston, Texas with her family at the age of 10. Houston, Texas. A transplant to Houston. Keep that in mind. After college, she moved to Minnesota, where she began her recording career in hip hop. Hip hop. So she was a rapper already, but y'all don't know that. And no one else does, because they presented her as if she was a chubby Macy Gray. Voice that could hit several octaves and was appealing to white women and men because she was non-threatening. She's a jolly fat girl who is a little wayward, but we like her, okay? Recording career in hip hop. Prior to signing with her record company and Atlantic Records, she released 2 studio albums. Lizzo Bangers in 2013 and Big Girl Small World in 2015. Okay, her first major label extended play, which is an EP for y'all, was Coconut Oil, and that was released in 2016. Coconut Oil, a rapper, okay? She was a rapper, all right? She was a rapper. A rapper, okay? Let's go. A rapper with a talent, okay? So in all reality, instead of a Macy Gray, she really could have came out as a 2020 version of Lauryn Hill. Could have been. But they knew that they destroyed hip hop, that commercial rap wasn't it. Remember, Nicki and all of them was still there. She ain't look like none of them. So they couldn't push her there. They couldn't push her there. She was chubby. BBW. You're gonna sing. You're gonna replace the Vesta Williams. You're gonna replace the Weather Girls because you're talented like that. They pushed her. Now, when asked about her sexuality in the June 2018 interview, Lizzo said, "I personally don't ascribe to just one thing. That's why the colors for LGBT plus or a rainbow, Roy G. Biv, because there's a spectrum. And right now, we try to keep it black and white. That's just not working for me. Okay? That's what she said. She has a strong LGBTQ plus following and has dubbed her fans lesbians. She later stated that she considers herself an ally and leans heterosexual. Okay? Throughout her career, Lizzo has been subject to body shaming due to her obesity. She's considered a role model and advocate for body positivity and self-confidence. Body positivity. I ain't working out. I'm gonna eat these ribs. Okay? Now, why is that important? It's important because they said she ate in this remix. They said she was doing her thing in this remix of this rap song that just now trying to take off. Okay? Now let's go to a very similar story. Megan Javon Ruth Pete was born on February 15th, 1995 in San Antonio, Texas, moved to Houston shortly after her birth with her mother, Holly Thomas. Holly, a rapper known as Hollywood, often took young Megan to the recording sessions instead of daycare. Growing up in Houston's South Park neighborhood and later Pearland, Megan began writing raps at age 14 and lived there until she was 18. When she eventually showed her mother her rapping skills at age 18, Holly required that Megan wait until she was 21 to pursue rapping as a career. Big girl, Houston, rapping. Lizzo, big girl, Houston, rapping. Okay? Both big brown women in Houston rapping. It's not ironic at all. Her mother commented that her lyrics were too sexually suggestive for her young age. Megan attended Pearland High School, graduating in 2013. Her father died during her freshman year of high school. Lizzo's father also passed. Coincidence? Or do you think that they were handpicked to do what they're doing? Okay, so she ate. This is what they're saying. They're saying Lizzo ate. She ate why? Because she had on a bikini in the remix of this video. She ate because she was holding up the Grammys, or did she eat because of what she said? Now, if you're not familiar with the song, we need you to hear the lyrics. The lyrics from this song, When Whammy, or whatever the hell this shit is called, well, it goes like this. We finna make a hit tonight. Let's ride. Let's go. Ride this shit. Just come on. Let's ride. First verse. Big Pluto, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Sliding down Ashby with the brew. You know how we deep as fuck. We deep as fuck. Ho. He want me bad. Heard he a duck. Can't get no coochie out the queen. Put some Lulu on his butt. F a scram, we getting money. Fresh to death when I pop out. Ho, you forever looking. Funny. Oh, funny. You looking funny, ho. Free picking. Be out. I'm with the gang. Called up bro. Something like a choir. They gonna let them Dracos sing. This is what we're talking about. So, you promoting materialism, right? Getting money, chasing that bag, brand promoting Lululemon. Right? This is the standard now. I want y'all to hear this. Ganging, gang banging, Dracos. Right? So here we go. Another young little rugrat pushing every negative agenda in a half of a verse. This ain't even a full 16. This is some bullshit. All that messaging in one space. Right? All that messaging in one space. And why would Lizzo do the remix to this? That's just like Bruno Mars doing a song with Booty Hole Brown. Why? With somebody who had a great image until it was tarnished with that essay in employee workers unhealthy work environment that Lizzo had. You know, the one with Miss Charlene. Hey, Miss Charlene, you caught that case, didn't you, girl? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But anyway, you know, why would Lizzo do a remix to something like that? She never had no street cred at all. Her best friend is SZA, right? Another thought. This is what I'm saying. This is the image of black women. This is what they want for you. Yeah. Yeah. Now again, Lizzo and Meg, both from Texas. Both fathers are deceased. Both have legal troubles. Both are rappers. Both banged and campaigned for Kamala. Yeah. Big bodies that own their sexuality, pushing that image and belief system that it's okay to throw your little box around. That's an accident? Okay. What I'm talking about. Both co-sign Roy G. Biv. Yeah. But check out how Roy G. Biv is quick to support them. When you go to any space where you see the Lizzo video, you know how many sweet Roy G. Biv men are in heavy support? We got one I seen. Guess what his name is? Huh? Half dog, half dawn. How the hell you gonna be a dawn and a dog? Oh, bitch ass nigga. Like, she ate. This is what his comment was. Okay? Sketch comedians on Instagram, trendy topic, tiffing them. They support, oh, she ate. Because she rapped on a remix of a song when she's a rapper? Never mind that she don't have on any clothes, which I'm not mad at. Shit, do your thing. You know, because straight black men don't discriminate. You looking mighty fine. Yeah. You need to tighten up a little bit. But thank you for the free show. Yeah. Don't need an OnlyFans when you throwing it around like that. Yeah. That's how that work. You become sexualized. And I don't give a damn about what you saying. Ain't listening to the beat and watching the beat of your butt. And this is what they're reducing black women to on a regular basis. So you cannot be the warrior queens that you are. I'm just saying. Nothing is an accident when it comes to these people. Everything is on purpose and on point for them. So as they make you religious, capitalist, allegiance to the flag and the corporation, they're plotting your demise. They're plotting your demise. So on that note, yo, listen, it's almost 2 o'clock. West Coast is loving it. I know y'all loving it, West Coast. I know overseas is loving it. But here on the East Coast, man, listen. We got things to do. You know, when you're in the struggle, you get no wiggle room. Everything that you do has to be on point. We see you, Cookie, and we riding with you. We are always sending you our condolences. We are always sending you our universal strength to hold you up, to allow you to push through. We see you, Vegas, yeah. Yeah, y'all up in here, we see you. You understand? You understand? Man, listen. Damn them Knicks right now. Damn them. Okay? All right. What up, Philly? We see you, Nate. We see you. Okay? We see you. And on that note, my classroom assistants, much appreciation. Much appreciation for holding it down. Okay? As always, to those who funded the war effort, much appreciation to you. As always, those who didn't, we know who you are. We know what's good. Okay? All my truckers, I know y'all better be somewhere laid down, sleep, so you could get up in the morning and get your loads to where you got to get them to. Shit, damn it, I gotta get up in the morning. Forgot all about that shit. Yeah, I gotta get up. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Trust and believe I'll figure it out. I see people coming on this shit and not giving anything, no information, nothing that you can utilize. And I'm seeing it, I'm like, damn, I wonder what corporation they down with. I'm telling you, you know? But like I said, I welcomes the struggle and make me that much better of a leader. Trust and believe that much more of a soldier, of a general, okay? It's very real. Oh, okay, so listen. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Well, today. Damn, it ain't even tomorrow, it's later on today. Damn. We be rocking, y'all. We be rocking. Mad classes. Mad class. When I go into my live and I look, yeah, in YouTube channel, I done put in mad work. I'm going down trying to edit the tags and switch up some of the titles. I'm like, damn. A lot of work. I made massive videos. Massive. Yo, I'm telling you, this is a college course, bar none. Bar none. I'm telling you. Straight like that. Go back 2 years ago and look at some of those vids. You're like, shit. Bomb status, man. Y'all ready. Learning y'all up. I'm telling you. Learning y'all up. All right? You dig? Remember, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Because you can do it. You just have to sit back. Give yourself time to think. And care what it is. Okay? Any kind of pain, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, give yourself time to allow it to move. Okay? You got it. You can do it. Matter of importance. Everything is in the matter of importance. If it doesn't fit, push it to the side. You got it. But you got to be patient with yourself, and you have to have progressive thoughts, not negative. You can control what's going on with you. All right? And I'm telling y'all right now, 55 gang, get y'all grades up.